Money on my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Right and Arrow, and we are back at it again with another episode of Future Financial Strategies. I want to thank you guys for stopping in. We're going to have a jam-packed episode. We're going to talk about the portfolio. We're going to give my thoughts. The market's down. These are the episodes I like to reinforce what we should be doing right now, and that is buying. But we're going to get to that here in a little bit. First and foremost, I want to welcome you guys to the show. Secondly, I need you guys to like the video. I need you guys to share the video. And if you've been here more than twice, I need you to subscribe. Also, throughout the video, leave feedback down in the comments. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments. Normally within a day or two, I get to them. Obviously, these are on a secondary channel. This isn't the channel that I'm normally sitting on YouTube listening to stuff on. But I do check these when I do my uploads, which is normally I'm uploading something every couple of days or so, and I do answer and get back to all my comments, with the exception of the bots that are down in the comments that are asking about their wallets, and they ask the same question every video. I am reporting consistently every time now, so just don't do it. But anyways, let's jump on into it now that we've got the housekeeping out of the way. We're going to bring this up, get me out of here. We're going to do some talking. Let me jump over to the page. So first and foremost, we're going to take a look. We had Bitcoin today. Whew, tumultuous day. Apparently, we went down. We touched as low as 89,000, which I'm sure I got one of my longs liquidated. I thought about putting some more margin in it, and then I felt like walking on the wild side. We're going to have to... I really wish I could have opened another position when we were down at 89, but I did not see it that low today. I did not see it. I did see it at 90, and I considered opening a new position, and I didn't get to. I'm letting the other ones ride. You know, if we have that dramatic crash, then I'm going to just open a stupid long off the dry powder that I've got left because I've got money sitting in wait. But today we saw Bitcoin touch 89. Everybody said it was over, and poof, right back up to 94. And it looks like only retail gave up their positions as per usual. They're just taking your Bitcoin and they're not going to give it back. I always tell people, this is when we buy. Like these days when everybody's running for the hills, you don't want to be running with the crowd. You want to be going against the crowd at all times. The crowd's normally wrong. Most of the time. They're headed to the slaughter. But yeah, with that said, let's take a talk about it. Bitcoin dominance is up to 55%. Ethereum dominance is at 11.1%. Gas fees are currently at 3.655 Gwei. Definitely some good time, good transacting going on the old ETH blockchain right now. Just saying. Let's talk about the top 3 trending coins we've got. At number 1, Meow. At number 2, Fartcoin. Fartcoin's holding strong. It's a lingerer. At number 3, we have AI16Z. Now, moving over to the top gainers. Now, see, this is the interesting thing. On days like today, there is still money to be made in the down market, as you can see. Now, are we getting those triple-digit games? No. Are we getting massive 4-digit pumps? No. Are we seeing 10Xs? Absolutely not. But stuff is still moving. Money is still flowing. There's always a deal to be made somewhere. So let's jump into it. On the top 5 gainers, we've got at number 1, we have Edge at rank 766 with a 54.8% gain in the last 24 hours. At number 2, at rank 947, we've got Acolyte by Virtuals with a gain of 43.2% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 890 FXN with a gain of 41.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, at rank 537, we have Orbit with a gain of 39.1% in the last 24 hours. At number 5, last but not least, at rank 501, we have Ray with a gain of 35.6% in the last 24 hours. Now, moving over to the top losers list. Now, altcoins got beat up today. My altcoin portfolio, a lot of other content creators said they weren't looking. I look every day, no matter what. Good, bad, indifferent. I'm desensitized to it. Do I like it? No, not so much. But I look because I like to see where the deals are, because we're coming up on a payday, which means it's getting ready to buy. And the second payday of the month is also my DeFi cash out day, my reallocation day, where we go look at what's been made in the DeFi space and we reallocate that into some altcoin buys. So I'm kind of looking at, what's dropped out of the $1,000 marker, because I'm pretty much at this point going to be looking at most likely buying something that I've already got, because we got beat up so bad today that now there's opportunities all over in the portfolio. And I'm sure that I've had some stuff drop out. I mean, at worst case scenario, I'm going to be getting some more TGT tokens, with just the Thorchain wallet token that has the staking capability that gives you the additional tiers, because it's dirt cheap. And I know that it has some really good pumpamentals on it. So, getting some in there, building up towards that next loyalty tier. And if we get during the bull run and I'm not quite there yet, I'll have something that I can sell off if we get back up to around 5 cents. And I say that because I've seen TGT and held TGT when it was up at around 5 cents, and it was higher up in the portfolio. And now it's back down to 1 cent. And it's just getting hammered. So hopefully it drops sub 1 cent, because their tier base, for those of you who are tapped in down in the comments and are using the wallet, because I got a link for you down there. That's a referral link. You guys should use that. Get your game up. Get like Reckless Ray. If it goes sub a penny, then it just drops the price. It's based on the amount of tokens you hold. So if it gets down to under a penny and you can get those positions in, you just get those tiers, those loyalty tiers, at a lower price, which is awesome. So I'm probably going to be looking to buy that at worst case scenario. I also am going to be looking at Akash, because at a quick glance earlier, Akash was in some deep red. It just, all of my lower tier coins have dipped. I mean, honestly, picking up an additional Solana might be on the docket too, because Solana has dipped and I might have to put something in the Solana pool, but we'll see. Anyways, back to the top losers. At number 503 and number 1 on the list, we have Cheem's token, which is down 29.3% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have, at rank 982, we have Tetsuo coin, which is down 24.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 523, 360 no scope 420 BL. 420 Blaze It coin, with a loss of 23.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 574 Anvil, with a loss of 24.6% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, at number 5, at rank 969, we have Sovereign, with a loss of 23.4% in the last 24 hours. Before we move on to the next segment, I'd just like to point out that as bad as it was in the markets today, realistically, the top losers as it sits right now are looking very much like just some sideways motion. So you got to keep it in perspective. Yes, everything's red, but the reality of it is that red it manifests different for each person based on when they bought in and where their portfolio's at. Before we move on to the portfolio to give you guys the top 10 holdings, we got to give some updates. So as it sits today, we are now back in the red, in the negative, in the no-no zone. And it's looking ugly. We're down 0.9% for the day, which isn't that bad, but overall, oh no, we're at a total loss, but in the 24 hours, total loss is down we're only down 1%, which actually isn't that bad. But the portfolio change in the last 24 hours, we took a 3.9% hit across the board. Let's go ahead and jump over here. Now, talking about that piece of this is the reason that we have the diversification. I still haven't transferred out my coins yet, so the portfolio is still where it's at. But as we look at some of these positions, it's like you're getting hit at different levels. So like we've got positions, the Lido staked Ether, we're down 15% in the last 7 days, 5.9% in the last 24 hours. In the 1 hour, we're down 0.1%. Like the altcoins have been bleeding. And that's something that you got to look at, because like you're looking at last week, you're 15%, 16%, 15%, 22%. Like we're seeing some percents here. What's the worst we got? Oh, we got 25%. Yeah, like I mean, Akash might be on the buying again because Akash has taken a beating. Like it got hurt. It's harmed. I don't know if it's still in the top 10, but like is not looking good. Camelot Token Grail, hardest hit, 30%. Ugly, nasty work. And so, when you're looking at these positions like Thorwallet Dex, pretty sure that dropped out of our $1,000 range, which means that that's also a candidate. But, you got to take the good with the bad, and you have to be able to roll. You have to be able to look at this and be okay, because your long run plan, you are following a plan. Now, if you have no plan, people are selling out of everything. They're like, 20%, 29%, I can't take it. We'll see where we're sitting in a month, couple of weeks. But in that short window, they'll sell out of these positions and then buy back in at higher positions and be in a worse spot. And that's how retail works. That's the reason retail sold out of their positions in Bitcoin when we dipped down to 89,000. And then the intelligent investors, the institutions, bought it back up to 94, and they're going to continue buying it. And you guys are going to miss out on these opportunities. Like it's bad investment. You're supposed to buy low and sell high. You don't buy high and then when it dumps, freak out and sell low. Like that's not how this is supposed to work, people. So let's get it together. Let's get to the top 10. At number 1, we have Solana, SOL. At number 2, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 3, we have Injective, INJ. At number 4, we have Radium, RAY. At number 5, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 6, we have Jupiter Perpetual's liquidity provider token. It's always a mouthful. JLP. At number 7, we have Superverse, Super, SUPER. At number 8, we have Wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. At number 9, we have Akash Network, AKT. And last but not least, at number 10, we have Immutable X, IMX. Now, like I was saying, I got a couple of positions that I'm looking at. I'm always looking at maybe adding a little bit more Akash, especially if we're down in the negative on the actual position. Celestia is another one. Like I have a bunch where it almost makes me want to throw some more money in here, honestly, on top of what we're going to be redistributing. But the Thorwallet Dex, like that's such a value prop at a penny. Because like we're still up on the position for where we got in, but I kind of want some more. And I think we might be close to actually being in the red on that. Definitely below 1,000, so we might be buying some more anyway. Avalanche, AVAX, we've been adding to that AVAX position, which looks like the 20% hit, it's going to be down because we weren't that much up. So AVAX is another option. Also, something great that you can stake within Thorwallet and get some passive while we're holding, waiting for alt season. And I'm really you got to take your beatings and you just got to keep investing. If you have conviction. Now, if there was stuff on here that wasn't already down so much that it's pointless to even liquidate the position at this point. If I didn't have conviction in my top 10, I would reallocate. But all the top 10 stuff, like I'm fine with this because I am making money while I'm holding. I'm making money while I'm waiting. And these positions are set. Like I'm riding these through this bull run. My top 10 is actually stuff that I have pretty high conviction on. Or things that I use a lot, like Camelot Token Grail. That was there because I used it a lot, and it is highly volatile. When altcoins get slammed, this token is a sell-off token. Everybody sells, but a lot of these are all just being sold. So you're just rolling with what you got. And so at this point in the game, this is a beautiful entry. Like, honestly, hindsight being 2020, well, no, because I wouldn't have got my Solana position. Never mind. I would have done it exactly the way that I did it. And like right now, what I'm looking at is, if there was a position that I was looking to make a new entry on, right now would be the strike time. If I was looking to get into the market and I wasn't in the market yet, I was coming in new, now is a good time to get in. But for me personally, with my portfolio, what I'm doing with my money, because this isn't financial advice, this is me documenting my journey through these financial waters. So what I'm doing with my money is right now I'm shopping. So like if prices are what they are right now, come Friday, we're going to be having some conversations about maybe sliding a little bit of extra money over into the crypto space as well as the TradFi space, because we got some stuff going on over in the TradFi space too. We're waiting to see what these payouts look like, because since I am 100% narrative based with my investments, more or less, all my portfolios right now got beat up because Bitcoin got beat up today. So all my stocks were tanked in the red. My crypto portfolio in the red. Long-term holdings in the red. Everything was red today. But once we had that bounce, everything started bouncing back. So we'll see where we're sitting on Friday, and come Friday, we'll reassess how we're going to be distributing and busting down that paycheck, because we're doing some upgrades around the studio. I got a new workstation coming in. So there's probably there's going to be a little bit more computer. Go ahead and put me back on the screen. There might be a little bit more computer showing in this screenshot because it's bigger, more powerful. Hopefully it'll motivate me to work on it more, because I got a MacBook Pro, but it's an old one. I don't rush to buy things. Like, I'm not gonna go into, I'll never financially recover from this debt to get new stuff, but like every 3-4 years or so, I'll upgrade some things. So I have an older MacBook Pro that's a 13-inch, and I have big hands, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to use. So I got to use a friend's 16-inch MacBook Pro workstation when we got snowed in here in KC, and I loved it, and it was great, and it was comfortable, and I liked using it. So what I've done is I've upgraded to a newer, not the newest, but upgraded to a new MacBook Pro. Pretty much same setup with just the more better processor, better graphics, more cores, more ability to do the workload, more ability to multitask, because I do keep a bazillion things running on my computer at a time. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to be testing that out, getting it set up, because it comes in this week. And yeah, so we do have, like, obviously the Debt Crusher episode for next month is going to be a little bit different, because that computer purchase is part of a strategic move to help us get in a better position for crushing this debt during this 3-month period where we have the spigot turned off over on the income portfolio while we're waiting to see what our tax burden is going to be. So yeah. So in short, that's kind of where we're sitting at. But the title of the video, Buy When There's Blood in the Streets, is really important. It's something that I want to reinforce. I like these videos. I like this space, because I've told people a million times, I prefer this market than the bull run, because during the bull run, I don't know what to buy. And I can't make an assessment on what to buy either, because everything's going up, and I get like a lion when you put the chair in their face and there's just too many options. So I end up freezing up. The important important thing, and the reason I love this market is because everybody else freaks out in the exact opposite way. They freak out when the market goes down because they're going, oh, I got to dump all this stuff and protect what I got, because they're not really willing to ride the waves. And I understand that there's a thought process like, oh, like if it goes down, it's got to go up X amount. I'm like, yeah, if you sell it, like if you secure the loss, then like, yeah, you gotta do this. But what I see happen regularly in crypto is people will sell the loss and then get back in trying to catch the next wave up, and then they buy in at a worse position than where they were at. Like if you would have held and rode the waves, it would have rode back up past where you were at and put you back in a profit position. And instead, you panicked and sold when it dropped 20%, and then it went up 30%, and then you got back in. So now you're 10% worse off than what you were. Like you secured a loss, bought back in on a run, and then it doesn't go up as much as you think. So like you don't get out at the 5% and you catch another dip and then lose more money. You're consistently whittling down your capital trading against the trend. If you're planning on getting back in when it starts going back up again, here's a pro tip for you. Maybe just hold the position you have and buy more, and that way it brings your average cost down. That's another thing most of you aren't doing. You guys should really be using Delta Investment Tracker app's a really good one that I also use. CoinGecko, also good. CoinMarketCap has an app, also good. You guys got to start tracking your trades. So, because like I really think it's that a bunch of you don't realize that you're just losing money because you're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're not actually tracking your trades. You're not logging the information. Because if you were, you would learn that if you bought in at a higher price and it drops 20% and then you buy some more, it brings the average cost down. So then when it goes back up, it shoots past you faster, and then you can get into some profits, and then you can sell. But also, you don't have the conviction. Like you didn't do any research on the coins that are in your thing. You got fart coin. You got girlfriend coin. You got boyfriend coin. You got poop hat coin. Like you got to invest in stuff that you have some semblance of information about, not somebody who just gave you a hot tip online, because they're not tracking their portfolios. They're not showing you the good and the bad. They're not telling you when the portfolio went down collectively 3.9% and then showing you what that actually looks like. And then holding it and then like getting to watch, because you guys are going to get to see me on the back end when I'm beating my chest during the bull run. Once crypto season hits, I'm not going to be buying anything. We're going to be talking about, oh, well, like when am I exiting my non-long conviction positions and how are we converting that over into the things that I have high conviction of and or am holding long term. Going to be a different conversation because I'm not good at buying during alt season. You should have already bought during alt season at times like now, times like last year, year before last year, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. Plenty of other opportunities to buy before the run's actually happening, and you're just trying to get in on something because you see everybody making money. And I promise you, we're going to get to a point where you're going to see everybody making money. You're going to see me making money. Everybody's going to be hype, and it's going to be the best of times. The important thing to understand is, heed my words. I am going shopping Friday. As soon as I do my DeFi reallocation, I am going shopping with those funds too. We're making those buys now. The wins that you're seeing are made now when the market is bloody and everyone is telling you it's over and freaking out and selling out their positions and telling you like, oh, crypto's way too risky. I lost too much money. I'm out, man. I can't do it. That's when those gains are being made. Just so you know. And we're going to call it on that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments one of your key takeaways. Are you positioned? Did you run out of the market today? Actually, that's what we want to talk about. Did you leave the market today? Did you capitulate and sell your Bitcoin at 89,000 and give it to BlackRock and Fidelity? Did you unload your alts because you just couldn't take the big red number? And my next question is, are you going to get back in? And if so, when? Couple of things that we can talk about down in the comments. So like, leave me some feedback. Definitely make sure you smash that like button. Like I said, if you've been here more than twice, make sure to subscribe. It's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero. And until the next week, I'll see you guys next week.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play it, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.